Hey guys, how are yous all? I decided to do a tutorial on bonds in RuneScape. It's a recent update that came out a while ago. Jagex brought it out in the battle against gold farmers and gold buyers. Many players in the game have been asking, what are bonds? How do we use them? So therefore, I am creating this tutorial and hopefully it helps you guys out with understanding why they brought out the bonds into the game and what the purpose of the bonds actually is. Like, what's the whole purpose of bonds? Does RuneScape even need bonds? What effect do the bonds have on the RuneScape economy? So stay tuned and I will try and answer all that in this tutorial. So if you guys want to grab a drink or whatever, do so now before I start going in depth on the bonds in RuneScape. You can pause the video whilst you AFK to get your drink or whatevs. Get some popcorn, you know? Anyway guys, alright, let's get started. What are bonds? As you guys can clearly tell, I've got the description on the screen that Jagex have provided through their website. I take no credit for any of the information displayed in this video, by the way guys. This is purely for tutorial purposes on explaining the bonds to you guys and to any other viewers that may be watching this video. Alrighty, so let's do this. What are bonds? Purchasable on our website and tradable in game. Now, to explain a bit on that, do not be confused guys. You can buy the bonds through the the Jagex website, but I do not recommend doing this because you can simply buy it in the game. But the thing is, if you buy it like player to player trade, it will cost you more. Try and get it from the general exchange. At the moment, I just checked a couple of hours ago myself because I recently just bought another bond for a friend to give him membership. So at the moment, the current price on bonds is 7.5 mil. Actually, when you search for it in the Grand Exchange, it will actually come up with a price of 6 point something mil, but it's not the correct price. You need to up it to about 7.5 mil for it to actually buy. Otherwise, you could be waiting a fair while to receive your bond. Alrighty. Bonds can be redeemed for RuneScape memberships, spins, rune coins, and more. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you something on this because I have tested it out myself. I do not believe redeeming the bond for rune coins is worth it. I do not think it's worth it at all. But if you have a friend that plays RuneScape that does need membership, I strongly suggest for a short-term fix, give them a bond. If you can afford to buy it for them at 7.5 mil, bear that in mind too. So like if they're wanting to get membership but they can't do it straight away, get them a bond. Give it to them, help them out, let them redeem it. When they redeem it, they will receive 14 days worth of membership. So, you guys can be the judge of that, whether or not it's worth it. Everyone has their own opinions on this topic. It is as it turns out, a controversial topic among the player base in RuneScape. But, it is great. So if you have a friend that needs membership, I highly recommend getting it. I previously got one for one of my friends and he redeemed membership from it. A couple of days later, I log into RuneScape and strangely enough, I have a message from Mark Gerhard, whatever his name is, the CEO of RuneScape. He actually mod MMG. He sent me a message into my RuneScape, message center, and actually thanking me for taking advantage of the bonds. And I actually received a free full month worth of membership. So therefore, I strongly recommend giving your friends bonds because apparently you can get rewarded for it, and obviously they appreciate it. So anyways, moving on now guys with the tutorial. The key to bonds is there are now two paths for players to access and enjoy every piece of premium RuneScape content. With the introduction of bonds, no player need miss out ever again. Alrighty, how do they work? So for those of you wondering how the bonds actually work, listen. How do they work? The life cycle of a bond consists of three simple stages: purchase, trade, consume. So in other words guys, it's a basic marketable approach, correct? In any economy, obviously, like when you go to the shop, what do? You purchase goods. What do you do with it? What do you do with it after that? You consume it. It's a repetitive. What would you call that? A repetitive ripple effect. You know, you're gonna purchase it, consume it. Once it's consumed, guess what? You need to buy it again, don't you? So it's a repetitive system. So stage one, obviously, as you guys would have worked out by now, is purchase. Player A purchases a bond from the billing page for real money, or, which they have not listed here, they should have listed it. Boom, Jagex, fail. Haha. You can buy it in the game. I do not recommend using real money if you can avoid it. At all costs, personally, because I think they're getting enough money off the memberships. I think you guys should try your best to get out of it any way you can. Buy it in game. You know, it doesn't really cost that much in game. It's about 7.5 mil. If you're a wealthy player, you can afford to do so. So stage one, purchase the bond. Excuse me, sorry, clearing my throat a bit. And then stage two, trade. Player A and player B agree a trade for the bond in return for in-game items. That is also not true. You do not need to trade it for in-game items unless you actually want to make profit from the bond. Then sure, go for gold, guys. You know, you can merch your tits out of these things. They are very merchable, trust me. I have done it myself, and I've made a little bit of profit, but not too much. So I wouldn't recommend it as a reliable source of earning GP in the game. Anyways, player A and player B agree to trade for the bond in return for in-game items. Blah blah blah. Currency or as a gift. The price a bond trades for is entirely up to the players, which is also true. You know, the price is in the game, which most people don't understand. The price is actually created by what people are willing to pay for the item. So that, like, for example, if you're selling a whip, you know, an abyssal whip, well, what would you want to pay for that? To be honest, would you pay 50k, 500k, whatever? You know, how badly do you need that weapon? So, alright, let's say it like this. If you're desperate enough for the whip, you're going to put your price up so you can buy it quicker, correct? That's how prices are created, through supply and demand. Alright, that's another thing I'll explain on later on in probably either in this video or in a different tutorial, guys. Supply versus demand and what effects that has on a market and like on an overall economy. And this, believe it or not, also does apply to real life, because it's, you know, it's a basic economic terminology or whatever you would call that. I'm not too educated in it, but I do have a fair bit of knowledge on how a economy does work. Due to playing games, believe it or not, they actually do teach you a lot. So to those people who believe that games are not relevant, trust me, they are. They teach people a lot about real life things that they did not know. Anyways, once traded, the bond then becomes untradeable. Now, guys, on that topic, when you do buy the bond from the Grand Exchange, it is untradeable. And I don't like this, but anyways, see, another thing why they brought out the bonds is to cut down the amount of gold that's been injected into RuneScape through these gold farming websites. You know, the websites that people go to buy their GP and all that bloody shit. You know, which I think is terrible because it has destroyed the in-game economy, which is why we have bonds. Therefore, alrighty. So when you get the bond from the Grand Exchange, you need to click redeem. You know, you click on it. Don't panic. You're not actually using it. You have the option to make it a tradable bond, so you can trade it to a friend. But the catch is, to make it tradable, you have to pay an extra 650 something fucking K. So like that's nearly another mil, man, out of your money stack. So you may as well just say the cost of a bond at the moment is 8.5 mil. If you do not want to use real life money for it, I don't know what the exact price is on real life money for the bond. I've heard it's about $5 something. So, you know, you guys be the judge of that. Which way would you prefer to buy it, with real money or, you know, game money? I don't know. That's your decision on that one. To be honest, personally, I'd buy it in the game. But anyways, players wanting to sell the bond onto another player, player C, will need to pay a 10% cost of its current Grand Exchange value. Not entirely true. It depends on, you know, if you guys are good friends or not. Like I said, If you're a gold digger, then yeah, obviously you're going to charge them extra to get some sort of money out of it. But anyways, stage 3, consume. Well, I think you would have already caught on to this, guys. At any point, the bond can be consumed and exchanged for membership spins or rune coins. Captain Obvious, thank you very much. Alright, now guys, that's the basic rundown that JGX have given you on the bonds. What they haven't explained is what impact this has on RuneScape. So if you guys are interested to find out how this does affect the economy in the game, keep listening. As I said before, if you need a drink or anything, feel free to pause the video at any time and go ahead, go get your drink or whatever's, you know. Alright, so we're going to switch screens here, guys. We're going to go in the game, and I will show you what I mean when you purchase the bond. Ha! I don't know if you guys just noticed that or not, but when I was just logging in, it had a message at the bottom of the login screen. Get 14 free days membership through bonds. Bro, it ain't free. You have to pay for the bond. Duh. How the fuck is that free? Whew. JGX logic once again. Epic fail. Oh, look, I got spins. Nah, do that later, eh? What the hell? Sorry guys, a bit of a mess around here. So you go to your Grand Exchange, click on buy, type in bond, B-O-N-D, bond, and click it. See, the price at the moment is 6.6 mil, but guess what? It won't buy straight away unless someone is actually selling it at that price. Oh, would you look at that? It actually buys at 6.6 mil now. Lovely. Before, earlier on today, guys, when I bought one, I could not buy it at 6.6 mil. I had to up it by 20%. So as I said, it depends on the market, really, if anyone's selling it at that time. Now, from what I said earlier, to make it tradable, you click redeem on the bond, and then convert bonds. Sorry, guys, I did not mention that. You do click convert bonds to convert it to a tradable bond. And as you can tell, total cost of conversion 665.7k. Personally, I think that is too much and they should lower that, but anyways, welcome to JGX. So confirm it. Yes, I want to make it tradable. And now you can give this bond to anyone that you want to give membership to, or if they want to get rune coins, which I personally think is not worth it, but anyways. Alright. To explain what the bond had, what impact the bond has on the actual economy of RuneScape. As I did say before, and has JGX mentioned this, I'm not entirely sure. The main purpose of the bond is to reduce the amount of gold that's currently in the game, because you know obviously it's been injected into the game at such a rapid rate through these websites selling gold to players and shit, you know, and players being dumb enough to fucking buy it, which they're idiots, because you will get banned. Do not fool yourself. They are upgraded. JGX have upgraded their what would you call it? Their technology, so to speak, you know, on tracing these gold farmers. And in a recent video that mod MMG did do when he released the update on bonds, he actually showed a weird fucking tracking system, so they can actually track you. They're now targeting individual players. So if any of you are watching this video that have previously bought gold, don't buy any more. Trust me, they will catch you. And I'm pretty sure if you're level 200 like myself, you don't want to get banned. Fuck no, man. You know how long it takes to get to the highest combat level in RuneScape. You don't want to lose all that progress just over a stupid fucking, what, you know, 100 mil for argument's sake if you bought that much, you know? It's not worth it. So anyways, back onto the topic of bonds. The whole idea is to reduce the amount of gold in the game that's been injected from the gold farming sites. Now, what does that do for the economy? What that does, it actually, this will make sense when I explain it a bit better, guys. Previously, because of people being buying gold, no one's been actually skilling for profit, because everyone figured it's EoC, Evolution of Combat, RuneScape 3. Everyone's been saying that skilling for profit is dead. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but now is the fucking perfect time to start skilling for profit, because now more than ever there's a very low supply of goods in the game. You know what I mean? Like in my previous tutorial on GP making currently in the current market of RuneScape, I showed you guys a tip on summoning. The bloated leech pouches. They're worth over 2k each now. You know, it's a very easy method to use to make quick GP. So that's what I mean. There's a lot of skilling items in the game at the moment that's worth a shitload of GP because there's not much supply. So I strongly recommend you guys to get into the skilling aspect and start skilling for profit again, because this is slowly restoring the in-game economy now. The physical effect, which I noticed just one day after the bonds being released, the trade worlds, boos, they were full. Not completely full, but you know, they were more populated than what they have been since prior the EoC launch, the Evolution Combat launch. Before that, you know, trade worlds were always occupied. But since they launched Evolution of Combat and RuneScape 3, the trade worlds have kind of dwindled a little bit. You know, they've dropped in their population, so to speak. So now people are skilling again. They're starting to collect more resources because obviously people can't buy gold. It's against the game rules. You will get banned. So now people are going back to the old methods of collecting in-game items to sell for GP. Which, what that does, guys, for an economy, you collect goods, you sell the goods in the market, other people buy it, and then they sell different goods. What you're doing, you're just effectively keeping the flow of goods going through the game. So what's that doing is creating more supply and demand on supply, for example. So if someone wants to buy, say, 10,000 U-logs, but there isn't enough U-logs on the general exchange, price goes up. Where if there's actually, like, say, 100,000 U-logs up for sale, but someone only wants to buy 500 of them, price will go down because there's an excess amount of that item in the game. Alrighty. So that's a brief description of what impact it actually has on RuneScape, and to be honest, guys, it's a positive impact. So it's a very smart update that Jagex did do. I'll end this tutorial at this point, guys. I will make a second episode to this tutorial to explain it more in depth if you guys are interested in that. If you are, click on the link on the video. I will add a annotation to link you guys to back to my channel, and I will release episode 2 either tonight or tomorrow on more about the market in RuneScape. So if you know anyone on YouTube or wherever that are having trouble understanding the effects of bonds in RuneScape that play RuneScape currently, recommend this video to them, because I will be going into much more depth on this and explaining more about how the in-game economy actually does work. And guys, do not judge me based off the amount of subscriptions I've got on my YouTube channel. I have played RuneScape since it came out in 2001, so I do know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I hope this tutorial helped you guys, and I hope you now understand what the bonds actually are meant for and what the whole idea is. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a good day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is for you. If anyone's new watching my video, if you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment on the video, tell me if it was helpful or not. I do need to know these things. You know, all feedback is definitely needed, so I know if I'm helping you guys or not. You know, I mean, no point in doing it if you guys aren't being helped. So leave a comment. If you like the video, click on like. It only takes 1 second. And yeah, if you like my videos, subscribe to my channel. The quality of the videos will be getting better. I am upgrading to a Blue Yeti microphone. I'm purchasing it this weekend as we speak, so I will receive it by, say, Monday, Tuesday, because it is the weekend. So obviously they don't do deliveries on weekends, which is very unfortunate because I really want the mic. But anyways, so yeah, guys, have a good day. And as I said, if you liked it, click on like. It only takes a second. And if anyone's new to my channel, please subscribe if you're interested in my videos. If you're not, well then I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day. See you guys.